useful life hack for everybody. Whenever you're getting rained on because you have bad luck with your vehicles, and you don't have a garage, or in my case, you have a garage, but it's just filled with a bunch of stuff. I say stuff lightheartedly. If you're like me and you don't have a place to really do anything to your car, or you're just too lazy to clean it out, best idea, pull up to a car wash. Yeah, it's got light, and if it rains, you won't get freaking poured down on. So now I am free to work on my car with light, and I don't have to worry about anything. Plus, no one ever comes over here anyway because, I mean, it's raining. Who is going to wash their car when it's raining? So there shouldn't be any problems. So yay, I get to work on my car now and fix my speakers, because for some reason, I tested them and hooked them together to new wire, but the tweeter stopped working. Speaker down there worked, but I don't really know what happened up there. I literally cut the wire to this thing so that this one wouldn't work too, so I would at least have sound out of the left and right speakers. Little did I know that this speaker doesn't work, so now I'm still having the same problem where I can't hear out of one side or the other. So now I can hear out of that side instead of just out of this side. I got some work to do. Just bought these tweeters from Walmart for $7 to replace these that were literally like $9. SPL, I haven't been too much of a fan of, thanks to their amp that I got from them. But everything else, like, for some reason this stopped working, but after I rewired it and disconnected it from the tweeter, it seemed to start working again. And man, I really love my idea. It is just pouring down right now, and I'm nice and comfy in this little car wash. So anyway, to do this is actually fairly easy. If you get a wiring harness with your speakers, you just want to cut the negative and the positive and basically stitch them into these. You'll have to run some wire. I bought some wire from O'Reilly's for literally like, it was like $10, and it comes with like 20 feet, so it's more than enough. Now you can order some blue Scotch wiring that comes with like 50 feet for like $15 on eBay and stuff like that. But I mean, this is a job I just want to finish real quick today. So everything's going to be pretty straightforward. Just got to rewire all this and take out that stupid tweeter. But yeah, so you'll connect the negative to the negative on the tweeter, and then the positive to the positive on the tweeter. And then I come prepared with a bunch of little connectors. Of course, these are the bigger ones that I use for some other wiring, but I've got some like 12 to 16 gauge and even like medium size, and then these are the large ones. So I'm just going to connect this all up. So if you bought these same tweeters, you'll see that they come in 3 different pieces. And they're pretty similar to mine in a very similar way. You'll have this piece and this piece. So you'll want to run your wires through here first, and then you'll basically stick this to this piece and screw it in. And then from there, they clip onto that. So these two have to be mounted first, just like this one was, before you can actually plug this one in, because it clicks in. So you want to make sure to have all that wired up. So as you can see from the old one, this is how it was wired in. It's going to be exactly the same. And then I ran it down the A pillar all the way down and over to my speakers. So this is the order that you want it. You want it run through one of the left or right holes, and then through the plastic piece right there, so you can screw through the middle hole into the back end of that. And then the other one's going to go right there. And then I'm just going to run the wires all the way down like I did before. A little trick I just found out is to run the wire down the middle hole and use the right or left hole to screw it in, because that way this middle piece is not in your way when you're screwing it in. Now on these tweeters, the gold wire is the positive. So you want to use the gold wire on your speaker wire as well, so that you can wire everything up over here to the positive and negative. And then that way you know which wires are which. Now we got them wired up properly. You want to check inside to make sure the crease is there and it's not round on both of them. And then you just want to give them a little tug to make sure they're not going anywhere. And it's all ready to roll. Now one thing I didn't do last time, and this may be why it shorted out, was I didn't cover up the screw. I just took one of those caps for the wires, the end caps, and just pretty much crimped it on there. And then I ran the wire all the way down with electrical tape just because I didn't want it to get stuck or move around on anything. And then I covered these in electrical tape to protect against water or anything that might possibly get in there. So now we just got to hook her up. So as you can see, everything is now working just fine, which is pretty sweet. So they really sound good for the highs on this. I mean, compared to the other ones, I mean, this is a lot better than the SPLs for, like, I don't know, like, they were $7 at Walmart. So you really can't beat that. And they really bring out the highs. Like, I'm about ready to put my sub back in here because these things be banging. I can't wait to bang it more. So now all we got to do is mount the screws back together and then put everything back on the door. And then we're done.